Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black and this is Robocraft, a rather interesting vehicular arena combat game recently released into free-to-play early access on Steam, which pits players against one another across vast alien worlds, driving and piloting tanks and artillery and aircraft. And I really enjoy it because everything in this game, every vehicle, is player built, block by block, using the rather vast array of building blocks and pieces and cannons and thrusters and all sorts of things already present within the game despite its status as an early access game. And as you can probably tell, I have played a little bit of this game already, but having only clocked 91 minutes, according to Steam, into the game as yet, I'm still a relative newcomer at best. So, before I jump into a match, I do want to show you guys a few of the options in the game, as I love to do for my first episodes of games. Truth be told, I actually did record a first 15 on this game, and absolutely despised my delivery. I tend to get rather critical of myself when it comes to putting out quality content, and I will never release something that I don't believe I can do better than. So here I am, recording now from a somewhat more educated perspective. Anyway, in terms of options, we do have, finally, I've seemed to have played so many games that didn't have this, and now I appreciate it all the more. A drop-down resolution menu, as well as some presets for quality. These are rather limited, especially on the visual end of things. There are, of course, a few volume sliders as well. You can also tweak mouse speed, which is nice, although I tend to not favor mouse acceleration, so I'm leaving it at the default, which I think is unaccelerated, I think. And that's really all there is. There's just the presets for quality and full screen options, as well as some chat filters, and that's about it. So rather limited, but again, this is early access, so that is forgivable at this stage. Now, I mentioned that all of the vehicles in this game are player built. So let's have a look at the garage. There are 4 slots available for user-created vehicles, and they seem to have a very wide variety in terms of potential. The default here, I've not tweaked this one at all, is a sort of like APC-looking cannon rolly thing. I don't have a word for it. The second default is a hovercraft of sorts. And the third was an artillery rover, which I've attempted rather terribly, it just looks ugly now, doesn't it, to turn into a railgun sniper, and it doesn't perform very well, so we'll be going back to this one. So we'll load that robot, and before jumping into a match, also take a look at the background behind this game, the building. I believe their tagline for this game is "Build, Drive, and Fight," and it's rather fitting, as a matter of fact. So I think we'll go to the Cube Depot, where there are the many different shapes and armor qualities. The stats for all of these blocks are given through the hover-overs here. Each block has a mass, a CPU load, a robot ranking, and an armor rating. So there are the chassis, the movement, hardware, special, and cosmetic pieces. And on the topic of the cosmetic pieces, I am very impressed with Robocraft's approach to microtransactions, because you'll notice these do not cost the green currency, which many of these cost here as well, which are the RoboPoints, the in-game currency, earned at a fairly good rate from my limited experience thus far. The cosmetic items are purchasable only through, I believe it's the Galactic Coins or some such. Let's click on that to find out. Yes, Galaxy Cash. Robocraft is a game in alpha and is being improved all the time. Every time you buy Galaxy Cash, you help improve Robocraft, as all money goes straight back into the development of the game, and you may purchase it using US dollars, euros, I'm not sure what this currency is, but to whomever recognizes it, it's there for you, rubles, and even yen. So they're definitely supporting a wide variety of community support, and I'm all for that. So in terms of rates, so you're looking at 4,500 Galaxy Cash for roughly $5 of real-world investment, so a roughly 1,000 Galaxy Cash $2 ratio. And now bouncing back into the depot, you'll notice all of these, which are basically flags that one can attach to vehicles, are rather cheap in that regard. Coming in at less than $1. Looks like that would be, let's see, all of these are 685. That's what, 60, 70, maybe 80 cents, so less than $1 for a cosmetic item. Very few games these days that feature any amount of microtransactions actually sport such reasonable rates as this. And given that all of these other blocks are also purchasable by way of Galaxy Cash or through in-game currency, I am all for that, because that means that not only are all of the assets available in-game available to those that earn them through playing matches, but those who want to actually go out of their way to support the developer can do so, such as buying the roughly, what would that be, $75 gold dev supporter cosmetic item here. Really, by the name, that indicates that these are less the sort of cash-in that a lot of cosmetic items are in most games, and more really just a little in-game reward for more or less donating to the dev. You're actually getting a little something for your money, rather than just getting that little warm fuzzy feel-good from having donated to a rather indie dev, because I've been following this game on IndieDB for some time. I don't believe there was a downloadable build of the game available, at least not in the past few months, and it was in fact the post on their page that they had recently released onto Steam Early Access that led me to check the game out in the first place. So I'm really excited for this game's future. Anyway, now, back on task. Let's see here. In terms of unlocking new pieces, if you were worried that the Cube Depot here looks rather limited with only these few pieces, that's because I am nowhere near unlocking even a fraction of the pieces available in this game. And as you can see from all of the many, what is it, hexagons, pentagons, I think those are hexagons, on this entire grid. Can I scroll out? No, I can just kind of scroll down. There's definitely room for expansion as this game grows, as they add more content and new pieces in. So this is going to seem familiar to those who've played, ironically, a lot of RPGs. It reminds me a great deal of the sphere grid from Final Fantasy X, and even from the license board in FF12. It's weird to liken this to Final Fantasy titles, but it's just what it reminds me of. As well as the unlocked progression spidering webby system from World of Guns. Essentially, whatever is closest to the things that you unlock, you can then unlock the things next to it for the listed tech points cost. There, I managed to get all of that out. I actually have 39 tech points currently, so for the sake of example, let's unlock the next rail cannon, because I don't like the one that I've got. I want one that will hopefully recharge a lot faster. So we will unlock that, very good. And I suppose, what does a radar jammer do? Having this on your robot will disrupt the ability of an enemy radar to pick your robot up and display it on enemy's HUD map. I like the sound of that. Yes, please. I'm having that. Alright, so that will now, well, actually it won't show up in my inventory because I have to buy some of those pieces first. But for the sake of example, the inventory is here and displays the many things already attached to one's vehicles. One can actually, through the garage, sell whole vehicles off, which I'm thinking I may do for this one because this thing is just a horrible mess, and I've never actually tried selling an entire robot off, so witness the first sale of a robot. Let's see here. Warning, you are about to sell one of your robots for RP. This action cannot be undone. Are you sure? Robot value only 400. I can get about that much from a well-played match. Never mind. I'll simply earn more and then deconstruct it on my own and rebuild it the way I want. So, speaking of, let's jump into a battle, finally. I know you've been waiting. And see what the real meat of this game has to offer. I warn you now, I am rather terrible at Robocraft, but I have fun with it. It never fails to bring a smile to my face when playing this game, just because it's actually quite well polished, and you'll find out why shortly, if the server would ever actually connect me to something. Yes, average wait time, 16 seconds. It's now been 24. I guess I'll let you know when it finally catches up. Oh, good lord, are we still sitting here? It's now been 51 seconds, there we are, and finally, I've connected to a match. I was going to note that on that menu, it does actually demonstrate how many people are essentially in the pool to get matched into the matchmaker, and at least thus far, given that I've got barely an hour and a half of time into this game yet, it does seem like the matchmaker does a fair job. I've been matched against a few opponents that have clearly better ships than I, but that may very well be an indication of their clever design, and not necessarily of there being an unbalanced numerical difference between our rank. Now then, how many people have I on my team? Several, all going that way, so I guess I will be the loner taking this route. And yes, this is a team deathmatch sort of game, in which one must be careful, because damage in this game is not strictly numerical. is cosmetic and functional. Get hit, and pieces of your vehicle will get blown off. And you must then, after matches, try to repair your vehicle, which does cost a little bit, but can be automated in terms of, like, after leaving a match, just setting the game to— Oh! Oh god! Oh my! That was a lot of shells coming down right behind me. Anyway, you can automate your game to automatically repair your vehicle after a match, and at least thus far, every round that I've ever played, even when I did relatively poorly— yay! I think that was a kill to my name— rewarded me with enough points to at the very least break even on repairs, and usually to profit, even if my vehicle gets completely and totally destroyed and wrecked. R-E-K-T, son! Ow! Ow, speaking of— ow! Okay, retreat! Retreat! No! Draw him into the fire of mine allies! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I've lost a few tires. And a turret. At least that guy is getting wrecked as well. Did I mention I can right-click to barely zoom? I'm hoping that there are, like, optics for— ow! Higher level turrets, allowing for greater zoom. Okay, can you please get out of my way? I would like to— whoa! Not be on the front lines. This just seems like an unhealthy occupation for me. There we are. Good. Alright, that guy seems to be having a bad day. He's at 26% armor. 3%. I do believe that's another kill to my name. Very— ow! Very good. Like I said, the active destruction— crap! Managed to fall. Not good. Not good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, now I'm on the ice. Now I'm all slippity-slidey. Not good. Oh, no! No! Don't kill me, bruh! Don't— no! Uh-oh. Ow! Okay. Well, yeah, oh, looking at the teams. Our team has definitely gotten decimated, whereas theirs have only lost 3 people. That's not good for us. Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any to demonstrate the fact that I like the pacing of this game, considering down there on the bottom right you'll notice that there is the escape back to garage button. I will press that now and not witness the destruction of the last of my teammates. I'm sorry. Godspeed to you all. And note that one can actually leave the match at any time without, like, a desertion penalty at anything, or anything, I should say, as long as you've already been destroyed. There's no reason for you to keep watching and waste your time doing so. So, obviously I've now earned 256 robo points and a tech token. Very nice. So, what was my repair cost? 95. There we are. I have profited and made about 100 robo points. And that is my first, now recorded round of Robocraft. What say you? Should I go again? I don't think I've reached my limit for this episode. I think we should go again. Let's do so. Battle. Hopefully, we'll end up on Mars this time. As I mentioned, there are several maps available. There's at least 2 or 3. One that's very snowy, one that has, I believe, a green tinge to it. Ooh, that was a fast match. And, of course, Mars. Can we go to Mars? I would like to go to Mars. Please? No! Oh, we're back here. Well, Mars will have to wait for round 2. And I really love the spirit of this game. It channels that old, just advanced child in all of us that loved some of those old TV shows, the likes of Monster Garage and Robot Wars, back in the glory days of Grant Imahara. Oh, I love these sorts of games. This sort of creativity is just inspirational to me. The fact that this is so very modular. And I may very well endeavor to, much like my Kerbal Space Program series, recreate certain vehicles from sci-fi and other such things throughout my time with this game, because this will by no means be the last that you see of Robocraft here on this channel, because I really enjoy this. And a certain Hammerhead and Mako come to mind as potentially buildable vehicles that very, very well might serve me well in this game. Okay, I think we've actually managed to flank around on their rear, if you know what I mean. So, ooh, uh-oh. Alright, do I give myself away and start firing? Like I already have— uh-oh, that's a laser! Oh no. Alright, well if that's a laser, that means that guy's got a rail cannon, and rails tends to have very long recharge times from what I've seen. Which means if I close on him now, I may have a shot. Uh-oh, come on, hammer him! Yes, there we are, good. Oh my, we've actually reached their spawn. Whoa, where's that laser coming from? Okay, it's that guy. Yeah, okay, they're not happy with us. They do not like us making a spawn raid. I don't know if being in proximity to that laser is good for them or bad for me, but doesn't matter now. We're here, level 9, very cool. Can I please get at least one more kill to my name before dying? I'm all but certain that I'm going to die. Uh-oh, no, I've lost some turrets, no! I'm gonna count that as a kill because I did most of the damage to that guy. And is it just me, or does that not resemble a human? That is not a pilot in a robot. No, look at those proportions. Can I zoom in on him? Yes. That's not a pilot or even a robot. That is a space monkey. Look at those proportions. That big gigantic head. You just can't see his tail because he's sitting on it. But I know a space monkey when I see one. All right, let's head back because I think I've done all the damage. That's a fitting visual right there. Really. I think I've done all the damage I can do to myself and to others. Very good. Destroyed. Ooh, earned 3 tech tokens. So, as you can see already, that is a fairly generous accrual rate in terms of in-game resources. Allow me to demonstrate for you, seeing as I've been earning roughly 200 to 300 robo points per match. And look at the prices here. For each of these cubes, given one has to buy every individual cube on a singular basis, but with even the windshield and armored pieces here, they're only costing 8 to 10 for the armor that I've unlocked. Robo points a piece. Now, what I don't know is if I unlock more of these. Yes, let's check out my most advanced piece of equipment, the radar jammer. Let's do a little real testing right now. Where is that radar jammer? I do believe that's going to be under hardware. No, special. Yes, there we are. Okay, so that one is a little bit more expensive at only 45, but given you're only going to have 1 or 2 of those on any given vehicle, you can still earn that much in 1 round worth of game time. So this game does not really even have a grind of sorts. You're going to unlock things and you're going to be able to buy things and build things and design new things every time you play. And especially as compared to some of the other games I've covered lately, that is very, very refreshingly generous. The pacing here is addictive. It's why I like this game so much, I'm all but certain. Because I always feel like I can do something every time I log in. And I've only logged in to play a few times. So that's really cool. And I think I'm going to leave this episode here on a high note, but I, again, promise there will definitely be more of Robocraft in the days to come. I've got a few designs that I want to try out, and I think next time I'll hold out for a match on Mars, and I may give my hand a try at piloting with the hovercraft. I don't know how that's gonna go, so stick around for that. But definitely on an official basis, Robocraft has my Mr. Black seal of approval. So go and download this. Again, guys, this is free to play on Steam. Go and give it a shot. I can just about promise you, if you have any sort of fun with building games, with Kerbal Space Program, with arena combat, even MOBAs, which this kind of resembles to a degree, you'll have some fun here. Even if it's only for a little while until the novelty wears off. It's not going to wear off for me for quite a while. So, this has been Robocraft, everybody here at Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and as always, I wish you all good gaming and Godspeed. But anyway, I have watched some gameplay to Titan off, but you can't refuse. That offer is lead. My favorite. Right in your face hole. Oh god.